Welcome to Afro Think Tank University, where we learn, build, and grow together. Class is now in session. Welcome back to Afro Think Tank University. Amari and Zuri have learned how saving, spending, and investing work together. But today, Zuri has a problem. She received money, spent it, and now she has no idea where it went. This is a problem many people face. They work hard for their money, but without a plan, their money seems to disappear. Today's lesson is about budgeting, telling your money where to go before it disappears. Amari, Zuri, what's wrong? Zuri, I spent all of my allowance. Amari, already? Zuri, yeah. Amari, what did you spend it on? Zuri, I don't even know. Amari, you don't know? Zuri, a snack here, a game there, a few little things. Amari, and now the money is gone. Zuri, exactly. Amari, do you know how much you spent on each thing? Zuri, not really. Amari, do you know how much you plan to save? Zuri, I didn't make a plan. Amari, do you know how much you wanted to invest? Zuri, I didn't think about that either. Amari, then I think I found the problem. Zuri, what's the problem? Amari, your money had no directions. Zuri, what do you mean? Amari, you told your money what to do after you spent it. Zuri, I guess that's true. Amari, a budget does the opposite. Zuri, how? Amari, a budget tells your money where to go before you spend it. Zuri, so a budget is basically a plan. Amari, exactly. Zuri, and without a plan, money tends to disappear. Amari, now you're starting to understand. Amari has brought Zuri to the Afro Think Tank University Budget Detective Lab. Instead of guessing where her money went, they're going to investigate it. Many people believe they don't make enough money to save, but often the real problem isn't how much money comes in. The real problem is not knowing where the money goes. A budget helps solve that problem by tracking every dollar. Amari, welcome to the Budget Detective Lab. Zuri, Budget Detective Lab. Amari, yep, we're going to solve the mystery of your missing allowance. Zuri, I already know what happened. Amari, what happened? Zuri, my money disappeared. Amari, money doesn't usually disappear. Zuri, then where did it go? Amari, let's investigate. Zuri, okay. Amari, here's your first receipt. Zuri, $4.75 on snacks. Amari, remember buying those chips and drinks? Zuri, oh yeah. Amari, here's another one. Zuri, $9.99 for a game download. Amari, and another. Zuri, $6.50 for smoothies. Amari, and another. Zuri, $12.40 for online shopping. Amari, see a pattern? Zuri, none of those purchases seemed expensive by themselves. Amari, exactly. Zuri, but when you add them together, Amari, they become a big number. Zuri, so my allowance didn't disappear. Amari, nope. Zuri, it left one small purchase at a time. Amari, that's how most money disappears. Zuri, wow. Amari, a budget helps you see where your money is going before it is gone. Zuri, so budgeting is really about paying attention. Amari, now you're thinking like a financial detective. After solving the mystery of Zuri's missing allowance, Amari takes her to a new simulation. This simulation shows what happens when money is spent without a plan. Many people think big purchases are the reason they struggle financially, but often it's the small purchases that add up over time. A snack here, a drink there, a game download, a random purchase. Each one seems small. Together, they can drain an entire budget. Zuri, whoa. What's happening? Amari, this is the money tunnel. Zuri, why is all the money flying away? Amari, because nobody told it where to go. Zuri, so these little purchases are pulling the money away. Amari, exactly. Zuri, $4 for snacks doesn't seem like much. Amari, by itself it isn't. Zuri, neither does a game download. Amari, or a smoothie. Zuri, or a random shopping trip. Amari, but watch what happens when they all add up. Zuri, wow. Amari, see the tunnel getting bigger. Zuri, yeah. Amari, every unplanned purchase makes the leak larger. Zuri, so money isn't disappearing. Amari, no. Zuri, it's leaking. Amari, exactly. Zuri, and because I wasn't tracking it, I didn't notice. Amari, that's the danger. Zuri, the purchases felt small. Amari, but the total became huge. Zuri, I think I understand budgeting a little better now. Amari, tell me what you've learned. Zuri, a budget helps me find money leaks before they become a problem. Amari, perfect. Zuri, and if I don't control my money, little purchases can quietly take it away. Amari, now you're thinking like a budget builder. After discovering where her money was going, Zuri is ready to learn the most important part of budgeting. Finding the leak is only the first step. The next step is creating a plan. A budget is simply a plan for your money before you spend it. Instead of wondering where your money went, you decide where it will go ahead of time. For the first time, Zuri is about to become the CEO of her own money. Amari, welcome to the Budget Command Center. Zuri, this place is incredible. Amari, this is where budgets are built. Zuri, so what happens now? Amari, now we tell your money where to go before it leaves. Zuri, instead of spending first and thinking later? Amari, exactly. Zuri, how much money are we working with? Amari, let's say you receive $50. Zuri, okay, $50. Amari, before you spend a single dollar, you make a plan. Zuri, what kind of plan? Amari, you decide how much to save. Zuri, that makes sense. Amari, you decide how much you'll spend. Zuri, so I can still enjoy my money. Amari, absolutely. Zuri, and I decide how much to invest. Amari, exactly. Zuri, so I'm giving every dollar a job. Amari, that's budgeting. Zuri, I'm telling my money where to go. Amari, before it disappears. Zuri, this feels different. Amari, how so? Zuri, before my money controlled me. Amari, and now? Zuri, now I'm controlling my money. Amari, now you're thinking like a budget builder. Zuri, so budgeting isn't about restrictions. Amari, no. Zuri, it's about making decisions on purpose. Amari, exactly. Now that Zuri understands what a budget is, it's time to practice making one. Learning about budgeting is important, but real learning happens when you make decisions yourself. Inside the Afro Think Tank University virtual reality budget simulator, Zuri receives $50 and must decide exactly where that money will go. Every choice she makes will affect her future. The question is, will she make a plan before spending? Amari, welcome to the virtual reality budget simulator. Zuri, this is amazing. Amari, now you get to practice budgeting for yourself. Zuri, how much money do I have? Amari, $50. Zuri, and I decide where it goes. Amari, exactly. Zuri, so what should I do first? Amari, start by thinking about your goals. Zuri, my goals? Amari, what are you trying to accomplish with your money? Zuri, well, I'd like a new bike someday. Amari, good. Zuri, I'd like to save for college. Amari, excellent. Zuri, and I want money available if an emergency happens. Amari, now you're thinking ahead. Zuri, so my budget should support my goals. Amari, exactly. Zuri, okay, I think I'll save some money first. Amari, good choice. Zuri, then I'll set aside money for things I need. Amari, very smart. Zuri, then I'll leave a little money for things I want. Amari, because budgets should still allow you to enjoy life. Zuri, and I'll invest some money for the future. Amari, perfect. Zuri, this feels completely different from spending money randomly. Amari, why? Zuri, because every dollar now has a purpose. Amari, that's the power of budgeting. Zuri, I'm not guessing anymore. Amari, you're planning. Zuri, and planning gives me control. Amari, exactly. Zuri has created her budget. She knows how much she plans to save, spend, and invest. But now comes the hard part, following the budget. A budget isn't tested when you're sitting in a classroom making a plan. A budget is tested when you're surrounded by things you want to buy. Today, Zuri enters the Afro Future Market District, where advertisements, snacks, games, gadgets, and fashion are competing for her attention. Will she follow her budget, or will she follow her impulses? Zuri.
Wow. Amari, what's wrong?
Zuri. Nothing. This place is amazing.
Amari.
It is. Zuri. Look at all this stuff. Amari. And that's why we're here. Zuri. I see snacks. Amari. Yep. Zuri. Games. Amari. Yep. Zuri. New shoes. Amari. Yep. Zuri. Tech gadgets. Amari. Yep. Zuri. My budget is about to be tested, isn't it? Amari. Exactly. Zuri. Because everything looks important when you're shopping. Amari. That's why budgets matter. Zuri. My plan says I should only spend part of my money. Amari. Right. Zuri. But my feelings want me to spend all of it. Amari. That's called impulse spending. Zuri. Impulse spending. Amari. Buying something because you feel like it in the moment. Zuri. Without thinking about my goals. Amari. Exactly. Zuri. So budgeting helps me choose between what I want right now and what I want most. Amari. Now you're thinking. Zuri. A new bike is one of my goals. Amari. It is. Zuri. And every dollar I waste makes that goal harder to reach. Amari. Correct. Zuri. So before I buy something, I should ask myself a question. Amari. What's the question? Zuri. Do I want this more than I want my goal? Amari. Excellent. Zuri. Because every dollar I spend is a choice. Amari. And every choice moves you closer to or farther from your goals. Zuri. I think I'm ready. Amari. Ready for what? Zuri. To follow my budget instead of my impulses. As Zuri climbed higher up Gold Mountain, she noticed something important. Every glowing step represented a choice she had made with her money. Some steps were small, like skipping an unnecessary snack. Others were bigger, like setting aside money each week. Amari explained that budgeting is not really about restricting yourself. It is about giving your money a destination. When people know what they are working toward, every dollar becomes a tool that helps them move closer to their future. Dialogue. Zuri. Wow. The higher we climb, the closer those goals look. Amari. That's exactly how budgeting works. Every smart money decision becomes another step towards something important. Zuri. So a budget isn't just about keeping track of money. Amari. Nope. A budget is a map. It tells your money where to go before it disappears. Zuri. And those signs are my goals? Amari. Exactly. Maybe you want a new bike. Maybe you want money for college. Maybe you want to start a business one day. Zuri. Without a goal, I might spend money without even thinking. Amari. Right. But when you have a goal, every dollar has a purpose. Zuri. So budgeting isn't about what I'm giving up. It's about what I'm building. Amari. Now you're thinking like a future wealth builder. Inside the time machine room, Amari showed Zuri something incredible. A budget does more than organize money today. It helps create tomorrow. The machine displayed two possible futures. One future was built on random spending and poor planning. The other was built on consistent budgeting and smart choices. Zuri quickly realized that the future is not something that simply happens. It is something people build one decision at a time. Dialogue. Zuri, wait. Are those really two versions of me? Amari, there are two possible futures. Both started with the same amount of money. The difference is the choices each version made. Zuri, the version on the left looks stressed. Amari, she never made a plan. She spent money whenever she felt like it and hoped everything would work out. Zuri, and the version on the right? Amari, she used a budget. She set goals, tracked her money, and made decisions that helped her future self. Zuri, so budgeting isn't just about this week or this month. Amari, exactly. Budgeting is about creating opportunities years from now. Zuri, I never thought a few dollars here and there could make such a big difference. Amari, small choices repeated over time become big results. Zuri, then I know which future I want. Amari, good. Because every budget decision is like casting a vote for the life you want to build. As they stepped into the Entrepreneurship lab, Zuri discovered another powerful reason to budget. Budgeting is not only about paying bills or saving money. It is also about creating opportunities to build something of your own. Around the lab, students were using their savings to launch inventions, start businesses, and solve problems in their communities. Amari explained that many successful businesses begin with an idea and a plan. A budget helps turn both into reality by making sure money is available when it is needed most. Dialogue. Zuri, this place is amazing. Everyone is building something. Amari, that's because they planned ahead. They use budgeting to prepare for their goals. Zuri. I always thought businesses started with lots of money. Amari, some do, but many start with small amounts saved over time. Zuri, so budgeting can help someone become an entrepreneur? Amari, absolutely. A budget helps you set aside money for supplies, equipment, advertising, and other business needs. Zuri, instead of spending everything right away, I could save part of it for a project or business idea. Amari, exactly. That's how many successful entrepreneurs get started. Zuri, so budgeting helps me build my own dreams instead of only paying for someone else's. Amari, now you're thinking like a creator, not just a consumer. Zuri, the more I budget, the more choices I have. Amari, and the more choices you have, the more control you have over your future. High above Afro Think Tank University, Amari and Zuri stepped onto the Financial Freedom Skybridge. The transparent bridge stretched across the clouds toward a brilliant gateway glowing in the distance. Beneath them, Zuri could see distractions, impulse purchases, and money traps falling away into the fog below. Amari explained that financial freedom is not something people stumble into by accident. It is built through small, consistent decisions made over time. Every section of the bridge represented a habit that helped people gain more control over their money and their future. Dialogue. Zuri, this bridge is incredible. It feels like we're walking above all the distractions. Amari, that's the idea. Financial freedom becomes easier when you stop letting distractions control your decisions. Zuri, I see the bridge is made of different steps. Amari, each one represents a habit. Budgeting, saving, planning, setting goals, and recognizing opportunities. Zuri, so financial freedom isn't one big decision? Amari, not at all. It's thousands of small decisions working together over time. Zuri, and every good decision moves me closer to that gateway? Amari, exactly. Every dollar you control gives you a little more freedom. Zuri, freedom to do what? Amari, freedom to handle emergencies, pursue opportunities, start businesses, help others, and make choices without always worrying about money. Zuri, I like that. Instead of money controlling me, I learned to control my money. Amari, that's one of the most important lessons a person can learn. Zuri, then I'm ready to keep walking. Amari, good. Because financial freedom is built one step at a time. As the sun set over Afro Think Tank University, Zuri stood proudly on the graduation terrace. Throughout her journey, she had learned that budgeting is much more than writing down numbers. A budget is a roadmap that gives every dollar a purpose. It helps people reach goals, prepare for opportunities, avoid money traps, and build financial freedom over time. Amari reminded her that the most successful people do not leave their money to chance. They make a plan and follow it. With her budgeting diploma in hand, Zuri was ready for the next stage of her financial education. Dialogue. Zuri, I can't believe how much I learned from one lesson. Amari, budgeting is one of the most powerful money skills a person can develop. Zuri, at first, I thought a budget was just a list of numbers. Amari, most people think that. But now you know it's really a tool for building the future you want. Zuri, I learned to give every dollar a job. Amari, and that simple habit can change your entire financial life. Zuri, I learned that goals give money direction. Amari, exactly. Without goals, money tends to disappear. Zuri, I learned that small decisions create big results over time. Amari, that's how wealth, freedom, and opportunity are built. Zuri, I feel ready to make smarter choices with my money. Amari, then you've completed the lesson successfully. Zuri, what's next at Afro Think Tank University? Amari, next, we'll learn how to tell the difference between things we need and things we simply want. Zuri, that sounds important. Amari, it is. Because every smart spender learns that not everything they want is something they need. And that's today's lesson. As you leave Afro Think Tank University, remember that knowledge is only powerful when you use it. Take what you've learned today, apply it in the real world, share it with someone else, and come back ready for the next lesson. Until next time, keep learning, keep building, and keep growing. This is Afro Think Tank University. Learn something, teach something, class dismissed.